Hey everyone, it's Paul Newman here. I wanted to share you some results that I did with improving the airflow in our coach, which is the 2014 38GK. And it all starts with installing an air return, like you see above my head here. It's in the center, and also on the aft end of the coach. And there's a few other things that you could do. I'll share that will give you some more airflow in cooler and heating season. Now, the biggest problem I've seen and other people have also experienced from reading all the feeds is there's not enough air. Well, the problem is, if I get my pointer here working, let's see here. We have pointer's not working too well. The air basically gets sucked in through your two returns and is drawn up here in the center of the room up into the air conditioner. The problem with these coaches is the supply air goes forward to aft in one duct system, running this way, forward and aft. And this supply duct cuts right through the center of the return. So basically, it knocks down your airflow tremendously. And what we did simply was add a return here in the center. Now I'm going to share with you right up here in one of these returns what it looks like. So you could take your return grill off and get your camera with a flashlight in the ductwork and do exactly what I'm doing here. It just shows you there's your supply duct running left and right, and this is inside your return. So basically this air conditioner, which draws like 320 CFMs, when you have both of them blocked like that, you're not getting airflow. Now up at the top you could also see the aluminized foil, which is hanging down. They didn't staple it up well, and from what I heard on one of the other Facebook sites, that some people put blocks up there on top of the duct to give them more space. But really, when you just add a return in the center, it'll eliminate all this problem. You can see the cables hanging down the bottom, the foil, and just a little bit of airspace. Now that supply duct is 2 inches high, and this return duct is, I got that measurement on that, I think it's like 1.5 inches or something, so you're really knocking down the size. But I'm going to post some other pictures that will have the exact size on there for you. So basically all we're doing is we cut out this is like an 8x14 return. Very simple to do. There's no wires over top of this because, as you saw in the pictures, the wires were running down the length of the supply duct. So you basically cut out your ceiling there and you put 4 screws in for your return duct, and I'm going to show you the results with some pictures of the increase in feet per minute on airflow. So when you cut that out, the air goes right into the return. No restrictions in the ductwork, right into the evaporator. And some of this ceiling up here that was sagging, basically all I did was use staples, staple gun, like a roofing staple gun, but actually I just used a stapler, just opened it up, and it's been hanging up there good for, I did this project a year ago. Now this is a view just looking towards the outside return. Here you can see your supply duct, and they got it foamed in for loss, but here you see how much blockage you got. Quite a bit. We're trying to suck air through a small strip. I'm going to bounce back to this return. This is something that very cheap to do and also helps improve your efficiency a little bit, is taping with foil tape along this edge to your ceiling. And what I found when I took this grill off, and I'm sure it's on everyone's, is air is getting sucked in. Your hot air from your ceiling is getting sucked in to your air conditioner in between this gap that was right here. So, and also I sealed up back in here because here again, this wasn't sealed up good. And when the return is on, you're pulling in ceiling hot air back to your return. So really you want to condition the air that's in your room. You don't want to be paying extra money and losing your efficiency by just cooling and heating outside air. So here's another little trick. You know, when I first bought the coach, this summertime, the first thing I noticed was, you know, the bedroom would be colder. And even though the bedroom air conditioner wasn't running, the living room wasn't satisfied the temperature. So it was constantly pumping colder air into the bedroom. So here again, the duct runs forward to aft, all the way forward to aft. So what it simply did was I put a damper, a foam damper in the ductwork. Basically separates the forward from the rear air conditioning. And basically I just use a simple foam block like this. And you come up here and you slide it in. So it sits in the ductwork like this. So basically when the bedroom air conditioner comes on, all the air that air conditioner is putting out, that forward air conditioner, all that air is going to strictly stay in the forward part of the bedroom. And when the living room comes on, and say the bedroom's satisfied, the living room air won't go down the ductwork into the bedroom. So basically we're just separating the systems with a simple little foam damper. You can see here, I got this, can't tell you where I got it from work, but you know, it was a few years ago, but I'm sure you can find it, you know, online somewhere. But and I just made it maybe a ½ inch wider than the ductwork, and maybe like a ½ inch higher. But so it gives a nice tight feel. But it basically just slips in here like this. That's it right there. So now you're separating the forward and rear air conditioners. So all your CFM is going to go into the bedroom or into the living room. It's not going to bleed out into the other part of the coach. The other thing I noticed is with these collars. These collars are about a ½ inch higher than the inside surface of the ductwork. So a lot of times the air is coming across the top and you're losing a little bit of CFM there. So, but basically what I did, I took advantage of that collar that's sticking up a little bit higher, and I basically notched it down. You can see like just half of it all the way across, that ½ inch. So this point right here is flush with the top of the inside ductwork. And the back part, which is higher, what it's going to do, when that air comes across the diffuser, it's going to act as a dam, that upper part, and going to trap that air and send more air down through your diffuser. Another thing I did was I added 2 more diffusers in the back part of this coach because I only had 6 diffusers in here. And doing the math, these things can handle a lot more air with the unit's 320 CFM. Basically, I took down this white plastic strip, and there's a series of screws here. I just took them off on this inside panel, pulled the ceiling down a little bit to see where that ductwork is. And basically your air conditioner is right where it blows the air down in the plenum, is right around in here, and it comes out and makes a sweeping turn in the ductwork and then goes all the way forward. So I wanted to see where this corner point was, so that's why I took that ceiling down. But if the only downside of this was this plastic gets hammered back up in place. It's got like a tongue on there that fits in that groove. I think it's just a one-time deal, because when I took it down, I can't get it back up. So I'm going to order a new piece. But if I had to do it again, I think I would just cut another hole right here for a new diffuser instead of doing what I did. And lastly, I think what I can think of right now is basically getting on top of the air conditioner, opening it up, getting into the and there is a foam piece that separates the evaporator supply air being, or return air being pulled into the supply side, which warms up all that air isn't getting conditioned then. So make sure that that foam block is in place. And like I said, it's going to involve opening up that exchanger, taking the screws out, peeling it back, and making sure that foam piece is in there. And I'll post some pictures on there too that give you an idea of what I'm talking about. I'm sure a lot of you already know that, but really this thing here with the and I'm going to post pictures of feet per minute difference airflow, so you can see for yourself. I've already shared this with a couple friends, and two of them have done it, and we're very impressed. So unfortunately they're on our Redwoods, but I did this like a year ago, and it's well worth the expense. I mean, even if you have to pay somebody in to come in and cut that ceiling out, it's really simple. So good luck, and it's all about sharing information.